Laura Ballman is a former CIA operations officer, and Laura joins me now here in New York City. Support for Israel is not popular among some elements in the Democrat Party. So what should our role be in this Mideast situation that's arising now when the president says he's going to give ironclad support to Israel?
At home, we need to fight anti-Semitism. I mean, it's despicable. Abroad, we need to confront Iran directly. Iran is like a parent who's let its 13 children, they have 13 proxies in the Middle East, run amok. We've tried to distract the children. We've tried to counter their bad behavior. It's time we counter directly with the parent.
That's what you think we should do?
Absolutely.
Because we've appeased them in the past?
Absolutely.
But you don't think we will actually do it, do you?
I hope we will.
But Biden would. Do you think
well,
Biden would?
I do believe that Congress and the public, experts in this area, are going to, well, they've already started putting some pressure on the White House, and they need to put more, because this is not acceptable. Iran, this is the same regime that started with terrorism. Remember, they took over our embassy in 1979, and so they're upset that Israel attacked their diplomatic facility. It's preposterous.
But what we will if there is an attack, Israel will defend itself.
Yes.
And we will help them defend themselves.
Yes, we will.
And that won't go down well with the Democrats on the left.
It may not, but we've also seen this mixture of, well, Palestinian liberation. No, what they're talking about is pro-Hamas. You know, and I say this as someone who should be liberal, but I am fed up. This is not okay.
Why should you be liberal? Why?
Well, I think that the historic Enlightenment, I mean, if we're going to get to what traditional liberalism is, then yeah, I like both sides, all sides of ideas. We need to have debate back and forth. But when it goes from let's be concerned about humanitarian conditions, which we should be, but we excuse terrorism. Hamas is not, they're not combatants. They're not legitimate fighters. They are terrorists.
Laura, I want you to listen to what FBI, I know you've heard this already.
Yeah.
This is what FBI Director Chris Wray said about the potential threat facing the U.S. Roll that tape, please.
You've got Hezbollah expressing support and praise for Hamas and threatening to attack U.S. interests in the region. You've got al-Qaeda issuing its most specific call for an attack against us, against the U.S. in the last 5 years. You've got AQAP, al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, calling for jihadists to attack Americans and Jewish communities in the U.S. You've got ISIS urging its followers repeatedly to attack Jewish communities. These are terrorist organizations that don't typically see eye to eye, but they seem to be united in one thing, which is calling for attacks on us.
Alarm bells are ringing all over the place, especially in the United States with terrorists coming across our southern border. Are we on top of that, terrorists already here?
We need to be more on top of it, not just terrorists, but also spies. I mean, bad actors take advantage of chaos at the border. And we've seen people on both sides of the aisle talk about this. It seems like there's a lot of talk, but not a lot of enforcement and policy upgrade to deal with this. You know, we can deal with it. Think about after World War II. We correctly took in refugees from Europe, from around the world, but we also stopped Nazis. We need to do that. China, Iran, Russia, they're all taking advantage of this, and it's not okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being a dire threat, where do we stand on the likelihood of a terror attack inside the United States from migrants?
Not legitimate migrants. Legitimate migrants, 0. Illegitimate actors, 8.5.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Laura Ballman, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate your expertise. Thank you very much.